The unspoken terror. Even kings wake in cold sweats, but what fear haunts Charles? When the cameras fade and the corridors fall silent. Inside the mind of a king, this isn't just duty. It's survival. Every word, every breath, every silence, watched. You think being king is crowns and comfort? Try 14-hour days shadowed by ghosts, and a nation reading your every blink. Today, you take his place. Feel the ritual. Sense the restraint. Step into the silence where fear lives. And then, we test your instincts. 25 questions. Hidden in the shadows of his day. Will you catch what most overlook? Or miss the fear staring you in the face?
1. King Charles fears failing in his role more than he feared never becoming king. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True, because he waited decades, but now lives under the towering legacy of Queen Elizabeth II. The fear isn't delay, it's disappointing history. 2. Charles prefers spontaneous events because they relieve pressure. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False, because he finds comfort in control. Unscripted moments create anxiety, not escape. 3. One of Charles's deepest fears is that the monarchy will lose relevance under his reign. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True, because he's long advocated for a slimmed-down monarchy, not for power, but to ensure its survival. 4. Charles is terrified of public speaking and avoids it when possible. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False, because though naturally reserved, Charles has delivered thousands of speeches with precision. The fear lies in being misunderstood, not in speaking. 5. Charles's morning routine includes rituals that help him manage anxiety. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True, because his precise habits, like specific tea, bath temperature, and shoelace ironing, act as coping mechanisms for deeper stress.
Hope you're keeping score. If not, well, you may have already been exiled from the royal inner circle.
6. He once confessed a lifelong fear of being overshadowed by Diana's legacy. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False, because while comparisons have burdened him, Charles has never publicly admitted this as a specific fear. 7. As a young man, Charles struggled with the fear of never being understood. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True, because letters and memoirs reveal his internal loneliness, a prince among people, but often emotionally isolated. 8. He often dreams of being chased through palace corridors. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False, because there are no public records of such dreams. This is tabloid myth, not reality. 9. Charles has openly spoken of fearing the collapse of the natural world. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True, because his decades-long climate advocacy stems from genuine fear, not fashion. 10. He believes fear should never be shown in public under any circumstances. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False because while trained in restraint, Charles has shown emotion, from grief to frustration, revealing that humanity has its place, even on the throne. 11. Charles fears being seen as less modern than William. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because he worries William's image may overshadow his ability to adapt in a changing world. 12. He has always been completely at ease in front of large crowds. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False because his discomfort often shows in stiff gestures and overly rehearsed expressions. 13. Charles dislikes media attention because he fears losing privacy. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because past intrusions, from phone calls to personal letters, haunt his sense of safety. 14. As prince, Charles welcomed confrontation within the royal family. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False because he often avoided direct conflict, preferring letters or intermediaries. 15. He fears being remembered only for his scandals. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because despite decades of public service, tabloid moments still shape his legacy. 16. Charles often uses silence to mask emotional discomfort. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because pauses and hesitations often hide his emotional struggles.
Not scoring. At this rate, you'd have lost your royal warrant and been reassigned to stable duty.
17. He finds great comfort in unpredictable environments. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False because chaos unsettles him, he clings to routine for balance. 18. Charles is more afraid of failing privately than failing publicly. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False because the court of public opinion weighs for heavier on his crown. 19. His fear of irrelevance drives his environmental work. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because he knows if the monarchy can't evolve, neither will its causes. 20. Charles has a secret fear of flying during solo travel. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because his expressed unease when traveling without close advisors nearby. 21. He fears being compared to other world leaders. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because modern monarchs are scrutinized globally and constantly. 22. Charles feels completely free to speak his mind as king. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False because as sovereign, his voice is restrained by tradition and diplomacy. 23. He privately fears letting Camilla down. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because after decades of scandal, their bond is both a refuge and a responsibility. 24. Charles views public vulnerability as political weakness. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. False because he has shown emotion at funerals and memorials, a sign of humanity. 25. One of his fears is outliving all the people he truly trusts. A. True. Or B. False. Answer. True because with a shrinking circle of confidants, solitude grows sharper with age.
Disclaimer. Visuals are AI-generated impressions of the royal family. This video is for education and entertainment. It does not depict real events or speeches. No real person is shown saying or doing anything they didn't. This is an independent production. We are not affiliated with the royal family.
Moment of truth. Let's see how you fared in the Grand Royal Test. Score 0 to 5. Well, that's one way to get exiled to Balmoral. You've officially been mistaken for a tourist, but chin up, even Charles had to practice his wave. No matter your score, you survived the palace. Barely. Score 6 to 10. Oh dear. You've fallen off the royal saddle, and the corgis saw. Brush up before the next state banquet. Score 11 to 15. That was a bit. Camilla side-eye. You know you're royals, but best stay quiet at garden parties. Score 16 to 20. Not bad, Your Grace. You've earned your place at the banquet, but you're still nervously triple-checking the cutlery. Score 21 to 25. You may rise. You're practically wearing the crown, a trusted royal advisor with scandal radar and courtly finesse. Did you like this royal test? Then hit subscribe and like, now, before the gates close again. This was Quiz Galore. And I'll see you at the next royal challenge. Prince William awaits.